a Trump voter is having some regrets as she is about to lose her health care as a result of the big, beautiful, nasty piece of crap bill that was just passed. X's ultra MAGA lady, who has since deleted her account, gee, I wonder why, posted this. I voted for Donald Trump to piss off liberals. It was hilarious. But this bill they're trying to pass will take away my Medicaid. I have type 2 diabetes with diabetic retinopathy. If I can't afford my medicine, I will lose my vision. I'm scared. I'm in tears and need urgent help. She needs urgent help. Well, in more ways than one, I think. Now, apparently her plea for sympathy fell on some deaf ears, although not really. It's just that, here's the thing. We're kind of tapped out on sympathy. At least I know I am. I can only speak for myself. And really, I'm actually reserving what little sympathy I have for the innocent migrants who have been stuffed in freaking concentration camps.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, if this had got, let's create a bizarro world, an alternate universe where Kamala Harris was elected and then started doing the things Donald Trump is doing, I would have sympathy for people who voted for her because it would have been completely out of the blue and no one would have expected it. Donald Trump told us what he was going to do. We were sounding the alarm as loudly and as vociferously and as repetitively as we could. And no one wanted to listen on the MAGA side. So now that it's happening to you, now that you found your tragedy and accompanying that tragedy is a little bit of empathy, but only because you're being harmed, you can find somebody else to cry fucking tears for you because they're not going to flow from my eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Because you look, we warned them. We warned them over and over again.
Yeah,
we told them. But and you know what? We showed them videos of Republicans talking about cutting Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, how much they wanted to cut all that stuff, food stamps. They've been talking about this for a very, very long time. This is not a new situation. All right.
Yeah.
We have told them, we have showed them videos. And yet, fake news. Donald Trump says he's not going to cut any of this stuff. Or, you know, one of the more recent lies about the big, beautiful bill. They're not cutting Medicaid. No, they're just kicking all the illegals off of it, except that anybody who's undocumented does not get federal benefits. And that you would think that you would know such a basic fact if you are talking about Medicaid. If you were on it, you would think that you would know. But no, they don't know. Project 2025 called for Medicaid cuts, and we have Project 2025. About 50% of it has been enacted at this point. And yet all it took for, for them to believe that, oh, no, we're not doing this, is the dear leader to say, oh, yes, no, we're not doing that. I don't even like it. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. What's Project 2025? I have no idea.
Well, even there's another element to this, which is the bad actors like Josh Hawley, who has been sounding off about how bad it is to cut Medicaid. We can't do this. He wrote an op-ed at the New York Times giving him as much space as they could. How many inches of op-ed space do you need, Josh Hawley? Let us give it to you. And then as soon as the bill got passed with his vote, he tweets out victory. It's like, no one, not no one, none of us are fooled by you, dipshit. It's just MAGA who has this essence of wishful thinking or wanting to believe the thing that they think is being sold to them, even though it's clearly in reality not. It's going to take at least a generation to undo the damage done by all of this, and not just from a policy perspective, not just on money that we have to appropriate to reverse the damage, but in a societal, cultural way of trying to bring people back from not just the brink of a conspiracy and disinformation, but fully being ensconced in it. It's going to take some deprogramming, and I don't mean that in some, deprogramming camps, but people are going to have to relearn how to think critically.
Yeah, and AI is not helping that. AI is making us dumber. And I think that, again, that's the point. That's probably why they invested so much money into it. And I say, and by they, I don't mean some shadowy figures. No, it's the billionaires
Yeah.
It's people like Mark Zuckerberg, like that are pushing AI because it's going to make them. They think that it's going to make them a whole boatload of money, so they can, basically fire workers and automate everything. This is not a conspiracy. This is business doing business stuff.
Luckily for us, Mecha Hitler hasn't taken anyone's job yet. There's still plenty of work for Nazis out there to get their message out. So,
thanks God. But again, getting back to this lady, once again, in your quest to hurt others, because that's what her vote was about, you hurt yourself. And now you're what? Pikachu face about it? You're all shocked and surprised. Oh my God, I can't believe that the leopards came from a face. Oh my God. Can you believe that?
It's crazy because it's not like an isolated incident either. There's so many. There's a lady who's gone viral out there I've seen it on BlueSky and on multiple accounts of a mashup of her just being the most vile, hateful little bigot. And then another clip of her, help us, we need help. She's a victim of the floods. And all of a sudden now she needs the government. It's not just laziness. It's not just her needing to pull herself up by her bootstraps, because now her situation makes it real when before it was stop being lazy, stop having food stamps, stop whatever nonsense right-wing propaganda she was trying to spew. But now that she's actually been impacted, she found a little bit of empathy, or at least she begs for people's empathy while providing none to anyone else at any other given time.
Exactly. It feels like that's their MO. Really. I want to hurt other people. Oh no, I can't believe I just hurt myself. Well, believe it. But you know what? That's okay. All the people that are getting kicked off of Medicaid that are MAGA supporters, don't worry. Trump has a plan for you.
Be no amnesty. The mass deportations continue, but in a strategic way, and we move the workforce towards automation and 100% American participation, which again, with 34 million people able.
Do you love it? We're going to deport all of the migrant workers, and to replace that gap, to replace that vacuum in our economy, we want people to be dragged out of nursing homes and assisted living facilities, the poorest, the most feeble, elderly people, and we're going to get them out there in the fields to pick the crops that now, because of our immigration policies and our mass deportation and the tariffs and everything else, it's just the unholy confluence of all of Donald Trump's fuck-ups, and it's going to fall again on the poorest and most vulnerable in our society.
And there you go. Once again, that's the plan. Trump has always worked for the rich. That's because he is, one of the rich. Ironically, he is one of the elites. The elites that he decries. I mean, he's desperately wanted to be the elite. No, he wanted to be more elite than the elite. Okay,
no, Jeff. I don't think that maybe you're taking into account that Donald Trump Jr. called his dad, Donald Trump, a blue-collar billionaire. Come on, he's not elite. He's blue-collar.
How does that work? I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh,
I mean, really? Like blue? No. More elite than the elite. And Trump himself had called himself more elite than the elite and said, "Oh yes, we're more elite than the elite." And that's it, because he has desperately wanted to be accepted by fellow billionaires. Because it is really funny. I don't think a lot of people remember this, and perhaps you do, but there are a lot of rich people that considered Trump to be a complete joke.
Yeah.
And would not accept him into the fold. And he desperately wanted to be accepted by his fellow rich people. He does not give a damn about Ultra MAGA lady, okay, or any of his followers, any of the people. Okay,
what highlights to me is just how much cowardice there is among the wealth class in this country. That you get just a little bit of power, and these fuckers bend the knee one after the other, after the other, after the other. If you look at the inauguration, you have Jeff Bezos there and Mark Zuckerberg there and every other billionaire that is bending the knee to Donald Trump because of the power that he wields. Yet, people like you, people like me, people in our genre on YouTube, we're not bending the knee. We're getting louder and more bold in our criticisms. Mm-hmm. It's just fear of power, fear of losing their wealth, fear of retribution from Donald Trump. It's cowardice.
Absolute cowardice. Nailed it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.